Hey, welcome to this day's episode of More Geek Than Gay. This is Edward. Hi. Joseph is off at Joshua Tree doing his Joshua Tree thing. So it's up to me to get this out and just start the music, Edward. Okay.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Tiny white stuff.
Howdy, this is Edward again, and wow, okay, I've been really bad about getting this out on a weekly basis like I've been wanting, not weekly basis, on a daily basis like I've been wanting, but things have happened. Things have happened. So, since this is our normal Wednesday, let's just have a talk day, I thought this is a good time for us to have our little talk. That's going to be a bird you're going to hear in the background periodically because, well, I'm not talking to him, and he hates that when he's not the one being talked to. And that's what happens when you have a hookbill. Hookbills are social creatures. Off the counter. Hookbills are social creatures, and we're part of his flock, and he's wanting to know what the flock's going on. So that's why he gets noisy, and then that's why the roommate who dare not speak his name gets annoyed at him because Rodney's noisy. But he's not accustomed to being touched, so he also sometimes pretends to be aggressive, and by pretend I mean don't touch him, he'll bite you. So that's how Rodney rolls. You don't touch him, you're good. But anyway. The reason why things have been so helter-skelter as far as getting everything out on time is because, well, in addition to my computer giving me fits while I'm trying to work on my homework, and in addition to that, well, about 2 weeks ago now, I was informed that my department at work was being dissolved, and that we all had to try to apply for new positions at work. Oh, Junior's buddy the hummingbird's out there. And that's been more than just a little bit of a struggle. Hold on, I'm going to go get Junior so she can go look at her hummingbird. And I'm back. So, got Junior for the hummingbird, but the hummingbird was gone by the time I got here, so curses. But yeah, Junior has a little hummingbird buddy. So, and you'd think that it's just like, oh, it's just a hummingbird that's outside, but the hummingbird does come down close to the ground to about cat level and looks in the window. There's no flowers, no nectar or anything that it's going to get there. It just comes down, looks in the window, usually Junior's right there, and then he hangs around for a little while. We're actually going to thinking heavily about getting a hummingbird feeder just for her little buddy. So, but that's neither here nor there. Back to my story. So, we've all been trying to find there was only 5 positions that, it's really complicated. It's not a matter of, them necessarily trying to get rid of us or our department per se, as much as it is the company trying to save money on the fact that they spent a lot of money on a completely different department that everybody was supposed to be slowly but surely transitioning to. And no one was. So now they're forcing everybody to transition to it by closing our department, which was the alternative to that department. So, the other departments, though, really don't care about us. It doesn't matter how much HR is telling them, oh, by the way, these guys are going to be out of a job real soon. The other departments, they don't care. So, most of us are going to end up taking our package. And what this means for me is that I have been spending the last couple weeks either trying fruitlessly to get into another department at work, or I have been looking for work elsewhere, or I have been busy thinking, God, I really don't want to deal with anything right now because I'm really tired of dealing with my thoughts about work. Yay! So I have basically fully accepted the fact that I am done at my current job, and I'm ready for my package there. And I've already talked to one of the agencies that has been very helpful in the past, a temporary agency, and they actually have a position that they're going to see about putting me into, although they agree that it is significantly lower in pay than my skill set would imply. But it is something that I can live with. It would, because of how deductions and everything work when it happens with temp jobs, I would end up making almost the same as what I'm making now at work. Plus, you know, it's with the city, and everybody's like going, no, 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 that's really good, and I keep on going, are you sure? Because it's just a temp job, it's not like it's a real job. And they're like going, no, 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 it gets you in at the city level, and if they like you, they'll let you know if there's another job, and that's better because it's such a pain in the butt to try to get in at the city level, and blah, blah, blah. So there's that. And I also put in for ASU yesterday. I developed a nice little cover letter. So that one was a direct to hire. That one wasn't going through an agency or anything. I'm also in touch with the agency that had originally placed me at the place I'm at now. But, so that has basically made it so that I'm barely doing my homework. But I am caught up on my homework. Yay. Yay. Just turned in an assignment and got a perfect score on it, even though it was such a stupid assignment. I'll be completely honest. And annotated bibliography. I don't think I will ever use an annotated bibliography. It's not a requirement of the APA format. APA doesn't even really support how to make an annotated bibliography. I looked high and low through their guide, and it's one of those things that even the instructor's like going, oh, this will be something that'll serve you well, and I'm going, you know what, I just got a BS without ever once making an annotated bibliography. I think I can get through my MBA without ever once making an annotated bibliography. By the time it takes me to write an annotated bibliography, I could have just written the part of the paper that research is relevant to. So, there's that. But I did it, I got an A. The instructor was even quite pleased with my work, and basically had nothing to even add with how I could improve it. So, huzzah on that. I have to wipe my fingers, hold on, because I am preparing my morning breakfast, which, as many of you know by now, is my bowl of oatmeal, which is fortified by fruit, chopped fruit, and so I gotta get that going. But another thing is that writing has taken a back seat. Well, the podcast, as you can see, it kind of went down to just being Thursday, but I'm here today. Hi! Da-da-da! The math podcast got skipped for a week because I just wasn't. And the comic book podcast got skipped for a week because I wasn't. So, today, I'm going to try to do the math podcast that I skipped last week, and I'm going to try to do the comic book podcast that I skipped last week, and I'm doing this podcast that I skipped last week. So, wow! Already, I'm back to being ahead of the game. Yes. I don't know. So, then there's also my writing, because I have a mentor who I had to explain all this to, and she's been there. I think she gets it, that I am just not in a writing place right now, and I was already being frustrated with having to rewrite everything that I lost because of a corrupt file. Now, I'm just not writing. Okay, last night was the first night I've written in easily a week. Well, and I also have my crit partner, who I am the worst writing partner you can have in the world, apparently, because she and I have not... I've gotten her stuff, but I've been so focused on everything else and then not focused on anything else that I haven't even read her stuff yet. I am so sorry, Andrea. And I haven't given her my stuff yet because I haven't reworked it yet. So, yeah, there's that. So, trying to get back on the ball, and yay, hopefully Andrea and I will work it. I'm just not accustomed to the idea of writing with someone. And that's all me. Because you really should have a crit partner, and you should have people to bounce ideas off of, and see, because I'm just not accustomed to it. I'm accustomed to, when I write, it's a solitary thing. It's me, and then I try to put it out in the world. Or I don't, because I don't feel it's ready. And part of the reason why I don't feel it's ready is because I need that outside voice to look at it, and it's not ready enough for an outside voice. So, yeah. You know, think woey, think. It's a vicious cycle. So, I'm about halfway through with reconstructing my story, so I can get that to Andrea if she's still willing to read it. By the way, I know she doesn't catch this podcast, but just in case, I'm going to congratulate her anyway, because she just completed 100 straight days of writing. There is a community that, if you're interested in writing, you can apply to the community. They're usually pretty cool about accepting people and everything. And it's called, what is it called? I want to say it's just called 100 Days. And basically, it's that. You write 100 words a day for 100 days, and you post how much you write every day, okay? And if you skip days, then you need to start back at 0. And you can build in days that you know you're going to skip, like, I know I'm never going to write on a Sunday. Well, not me, but if you know you're never going to write on a Sunday because there's things, well, then include that as part of your schedule, and therefore you wouldn't have to start over at 0 on that day. But it is a nice little community. They're very encouraging, and it's a nice way to keep track of where you're at. I was working my way, I think I was up to like day 70 something or whatever, and then I hit my glitch with my computer, and I just got tired then, and I went back to 0, and then work, and then I went back to 0, and I haven't done anything for a week, and last night was back to day 1. But this is not about me. It's all about me. This is not about me. This is about Andrea. Andrea has done day 100 Yay! So congratulations, Andrea, for completing day 100. And keep up the good work. And I will get to what you wrote this week. I swear I will read it. So that's that. And I know a couple of you guys out there are involved in wanting to write and everything, so check that out. There's also another website. It's called Absolute Write. Write as in W-R-I-T-E. And there's an Absolute Write website, but you're wanting the Absolute Write bulletin board site. They're part of the same thing, but I don't know what the difference is. If you go to absolutewrite.com, I think it takes you to the bulletin board. It might take you to the other, but you can just click where it says message board or something like that, and then that'll take you to the right spot. And that is a spot of invaluable research, okay? There are working authors up there who are posting, and you can get to talk to people, write, or talk about what you're writing, ask questions, research. Hey, how did this author get past writer's block? How do you deal with language? What is actually a good working romance definition? How do I get humor published? All sorts of stuff. It's there. If you dig deep enough, you'll find it. If you don't find it, you can ask it. Someone will answer it. They're very helpful. I highly recommend it, and it's free. Ta-da! It is a free service. So, and for free, you're getting the wisdom and experience of a whole bunch of people who have been doing this for a long time. Okay? So, go ahead and check out Absolute Write. And that's my little buzz for the moment. I will put links to that with the episode, so you guys can check that out. And then let's see, where am I at here? Homework, I guess. Yeah, I guess homework. So for homework, I had you guys all this. My task was for us all to share embarrassing stories. I don't know what the cats just did. What did the cats just did? Did the cats just did something? Okay, whatever. Okay. So, I still don't know what the cats just did. And I shared one of mine from last week, and now I know that Heather shared one of hers. I don't have the computer here because I'm in the kitchen, and I feel weird even having the camera here to do this. But I know that Heather did one of hers, so you can go check out on the YouTube spot and you can see Heather's story. I don't recall if I saw anybody else turn in their homework assignments. And that's okay. I mean, none of this is mandatory. But I thought, hey, we're all a family here. We can share stories. Like, I could share more than my share of stories that involve me being naked in public. I won't, because my sister watches this with my niece, and there's pretty much none of those that I'm not going to put an adults only warning on this. Just not on this one. Okay, so they're not even that juicy, but they're juicy enough. I don't necessarily need my niece to know that. She had just heard that much, if possible. That's more than what I think my niece really needs to know. And then there's a story about a job interview that went horribly awry because of me having a stupid moment, which I'm not going to recall here. If you ever catch me in public and you want to hear the stupid job interview story, I will be more than happy to regale you with it. But it's a stupid story, and when I'm looking for work, I don't need the chance that an employer is going to come upon this stupid story, because it's a stupid story of nothing. That's the big thing. It's a stupid story of nothing. I did absolutely nothing, yet I allowed something to go out, and psst, it just ruined a job interview. And it makes me look stupider than what I need to be looking when I'm looking for a new job. Yeah. This was fortunately about a decade ago, so if by any chance any employers are out there finding me, realize it was like a decade ago. So everything's good. So I could tell you the story of how I tried to kill me and my friends after a concert, because that's just what you do after a concert. We had gone to the, I believe this is when we went to go see Power Station in concert. Remember Power Station? If you don't, screw you, I'm old, okay? We had a group called Power Station when I was younger. I went to a concert. And after the concert, we were all still hyped and like going, hey, let's go have fun. And I think, I don't remember where we decided to go. We just decided to go somewhere. And so I'm driving along the road and driving. And I see up ahead at the intersection that the train lights are starting to go. Now this is in the middle of the city and everything, and it's a well-known train area. And I'm like thinking, oh shit, and we're all thinking, oh shit, we better hurry up before the little divider comes down, because, you know, the lights and then the divider comes down, I better get down there, get across. Zoom. Now, drive across and hit the stoplight, so I don't even know what the purpose was of getting ahead of the train, because we still had to stop at the stoplight that was right on the other side. But I look in my rearview mirror and all I see is train. I see train. Immediately upon getting to the other side, I see train. We kind of figure out that, because we looked, we didn't see train before, we kind of figure that possibly we didn't see train because the light on the train was actually shining over top of the vehicle. So we didn't see it. We were so close to being hit because there is no divider. You stop when lights are flashing. Please, if you're a person who's driving, always stop when the lights are flashing for the railroad. That is the best thing to do, especially when it says stop when lights are flashing. And did we stop when lights are flashing? No, kept on going, almost got hit by a train. Had I like hit my brakes just a little earlier or whatever, it would have spoof and hit my car. And upon realizing this, we just all went into kind of hysterical laughter, got through the intersection light eventually, had to pull over and kind of collect ourselves because it's like, oh crap, we almost died. And that was strictly stupidity of like going, nah, I can run this light, these dinging lights, instead of waiting for the divider or whatever. Stupid story. Oh, and then there's the story about how I burned myself while making salsa one day. While I was chopping up peppers for salsa, I was using habaneros because even though I got the seeds and everything out of them, they are very hot, and habaneros do have a lovely little berry scent. You don't have to add a lot to give a lot of heat to whatever you're making. I wasn't going for a lot of heat. I'm not one of those like crazy heat people, but I wanted, I did want this to have a little bit of a bite, so I'm chopping up habaneros. And I'm talking to my friend Kim, and she's telling me the story about how her father had been chopping jalapenos, and he had been chopping, and then he went to the bathroom, and when in the bathroom, he started like burning in pain because there's oil that's on those peppers that get into your hands. And especially if you're not wearing gloves, which who uses gloves when they're in their own kitchen? And if you say you do, well, bully for you. So, some of us aren't that smart. So, he went to the bathroom after chopping jalapenos, and the oil goes from his hand to niggly bits, and suddenly his niggly bits have hot burning capsaicin oil on them, and it burns. And that stuff doesn't come off easily. No, not at all. So she's telling me this story, and we're laughing, and I finish making my salsa, and I put it away, and I'm on the phone with her still, and I wash my hands, and then, you know, we're just talking and everything, and I don't know about you guys, but, okay, I know women sometimes, you know, you'll hit a little crooked part and you want to adjust. Guys, we have the same thing, where things get a little crooked and you just kind of adjust, and I went and adjusted, and hey, you know what? When you wash your hands, it doesn't necessarily remove oils from your fingers. So, we're talking, I adjust, and we're talking, and I'm getting uncomfortable, and I'm getting incredibly more uncomfortable, and I'm getting, wow, more uncomfortable, and I realize, holy crap, I gotta get off the phone with you, Kim. And she's like going, why? And I'm like going, because I am the stupidest person you know. And she's like going, no. And I go, whoa, really I am. Because even though you just told me a story warning me about making sure not to touch yourself, touch your body or any of the eyes, you know, any part of your body after handling peppers, after I finished, guess who went and adjusted himself and now has burning balls? And she's laughing, and I'm like going, oh, that's funny, but I'm in pain. I will call you back. So, that's maybe not an appropriate story for Mickey, but then again, it's not, hey, what are you going to do? It's body parts. It's not like I'm giving gross details. So choose how you want to deal with that as you wish, Betsy. Anyway, there's another story of me being just stupid. Yeah, I'm really good with the dumb stories. I am filled with dumb stories. But there you go. It is not too late to share with everybody your stupid stories. Feel free to share them as you wish. This week, I got no homework for you. I got nothing. I got no homework. I had homework. I wrote it down somewhere. Can I find that piece of paper? No, because my life is a crazy disorganized mess right now because I'm not paying attention to things except for the things that I feel I need to pay attention to, and other things I'm just like going, back burner. So, with that in mind, just be kind to each other. How's that? How's that for a bit of schmaltz? Just be good to each other. Yes, be good to each other and let kindness be your guide. And try not to throw up a little bit in your mouth as you say that. But I want to thank everybody for being here. Tomorrow there'll be another episode. We will catch up on American Horror Story. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do Doctor Who and catch up on Thursday Doctor Who. Don't forget, we also have our top list the next top list, that's going to be tomorrow. Top 5 Halloween candy. Huzzah, Halloween candy. And, cake or pie? Don't think about it, just answer, cake or pie. That's not Halloween candy. No one's going to put a pie in your Halloween basket. That's just gross. Like, who would do that? You're weird if you think that's happening. No, ew. Like cake, you get all the frosting all over the all over the ho-hos. Yeah, you get frosting all over your sixlets. But just cake or pie. Not to be confused with cake or death. That's an entirely different conversation. There's only an X amount of pieces of cake in that conversation. What are you going to do? Cake or death. But no, we're talking cake or pie. Cake or pie. And so make sure to catch us tomorrow for that. I want to get up a gaming night of some sort. And so if anybody's local and they would like to possibly look into that, hit me up. It would probably be on the weekends. That would be a great day. I don't know if I'm talking role-playing gaming or just, hey, we're going to play a board game. So, but realize that whatever it is will be probably fodder for the podcast. Yes. Realize that. Accept it. And I feel so short in this video. You guys who are listening don't know this, but I feel so short. And I think it's just a weird angle of the camera. But I thought about doing a podcast all in Portuguese, just for our lovely friends in Brazil and Portugal. But then I realized that that would probably be another thing to be on my list of embarrassments, so no. I'm not going to do an episode all in Portuguese. Eu não falo português agora. Preciso praticar, falar português mais. Possivelmente vou falar português em futuro. Actually, no futuro. Essential. So that's not happening. That was all you're going to get out of that because, wow, my Portuguese is rusty. So I got to get to eating. Joseph is at Joshua Tree. He's going to be coming home soon because he's not been feeling well because he went for that AIDS walk. What happens when he goes for these mile-long walks? He gets sick. So what happens? He's not feeling well. And if you go back and listen to our past podcasts, you'll hear that I already have, and so, ta-da, he's not feeling well, and I feel badly, and I want him to get his ass home and just relax, and I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's just going up there, checking on stuff, and then he's going to be home soon. So, yay for that. But in the meantime, don't forget about Joshua Tree. They are a non-profit organization that helps people with HIV and AIDS get food. Oh, look at that, I'm taller, but then again, I'm on my toes. They help people with HIV and AIDS get food. They also have a sister program that helps feed your pets, so you don't have to choose between feeding yourself and feeding your pets. You can check out Joshua Tree at www.jtfp.org. Or you can hit up their sister program, Joshua Tree Pet Assistance Program, and that is www.jtpap.org. Both volunteer organizations, both more than happy to take any assistance that you are willing to give them. So, until tomorrow, I guess this is it. I hope you all have a great day. I hope I figure out some sort of great closing music, because I got nothing. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Yeah.
When you're lying in your bed, tossing and a turning, trying to get some Z's. You feel a nip on your neck, it stops itching, but it ain't no flea. Well, they're too big to be scabies, no rat with rabies. Better pack up your bag before they eat your baby. Sleep tight, don't let the bed bug bite.
I know I said I had no idea for the music, and then I remembered that Patrick from Screamqueenz was raving about this show in New York called Bedbugs. And I had heard a little bit of it. This is just a sampling of the music and everything. Go see it if you're in New York. It's supposed to be absolutely fantastic. Great little parody thing. It also involves some sort of tragedy that revolves around the singer Dion Salon. Canadian chanteuse. You know how they are. But go see it. It has music, and it's a production that somehow involves Baby Daddy from Scissor Sisters. Yeah. So, without any further ado, that's what I'm leaving you with. Bedbugs. It's a musical. Exclamation points. Insert wherever you wish. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Bye.